Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So as you can see, we are testing out a new format, new type of series here on the channel, Crispy Flakes. Basically, what I want this to be is an opportunity for you just kind of like sit back, maybe you're at work trying to avoid that assignment, trying to not meet that work deadline, or just trying to avoid the boss all in general, and you just want to sit back, man, and listen to somebody talk about basketball. And that's what this series is going to be. It's going to be us, me, you, in the comments, whatever way you want to communicate about basketball, man. And you know it's official because I got one of these pop filters. And the reason I have this is because I do tend to pop my peas quite a bit. I actually remember back in high school, I was not like a bully or anything like that. If anything, I would get bullied, right? I would get bullied. But there was this one guy that me and one of my old buddies used to go up to, and we would simply be like, "You want to know who our favorite basketball player is?" And he's like, "I don't know anything about basketball." And we get right in his face. We'd be like, "Paul Pierce." And we would spit on him. And it was very mean. It was very mean, and I still think about that, and I think about how much of a jerk I was. But we've all done things we regret in life, and we've been mean in circumstances that we could have probably been better people in. This is about basketball, right? I guess we mentioned Paul Pierce, which I guess if we start talking about him, then, we got to talk about him being the top 3 player of all time, because that's how he thinks about himself, right? But no, man, what we're doing for this video is I have a Bleacher Report article titled 3-Team NBA Trades where everybody wins. You win, I win, your favorite team wins. We all win, man. It doesn't matter the circumstance. It doesn't matter who's being traded. We all win. Or so they think. We're going to go through these, and we're actually going to confirm if that is the case or not, man. So, looking at the first trade, this is going to be a trade between the Philadelphia 76ers, the Brooklyn Nets, and the Miami Heat. Now, in this case, I'm just kind of like, okay, I can see where the Sixers need to make a trade. The Nets having issues with Kyrie, but overall, it's like you still got KD and James Harden. No need to rustle up the Nets or anything like that. And then the Heat just had one of the better off seasons, right? So the trade being offered up here is the Brooklyn Nets receive Ben Simmons and Victor Oladipo. Philadelphia 76ers receive Kyle Lowry already. Damn, bro, you even give the man a chance to unpack his bags or nothing like that. Cam Thomas, who I think is going to be one of the better rookies out of the draft class. 2 first-round picks, all via Miami. And the Miami Heat receive Kyrie Irving and a second-round pick from the Philadelphia 76ers. Okay, man? So, from the Brooklyn Nets standpoint, the idea of them getting Ben Simmons, Victor Oladipo, that actually does kind of work from fit-wise, just because I do feel like Ben Simmons, if he can kind of learn to play off ball and be more like a slasher and kind of take that, maybe that route that like an Aaron Gordon did for the Denver Nuggets and just really embrace his athleticism, that could work playing off James Harden. But also you do get that Harden, Victor Oladipo backcourt, so you're probably looking at put at Ben Simmons at like the 4 spot with KD at the 3, something along those lines. It's not bad for the Nets. Like, that's not like a bad little haul to get back. If Kyrie Irving's just like, I'm completely done here, and its trade value's tanked, it's not a bad way to look at it. For the 76ers, getting Kyle Lowry, Cam Thomas, I just like that as a backcourt. Like, that next to Joel Embiid just kind of works, and they get the good young player out of it in Cam Thomas. And Kyle Lowry, obviously a veteran point guard, but not too much time left in the NBA, which is why the draft picks are being included. And the Miami Heat get Kyrie Irving. So I think out of all this, the Miami Heat are probably the biggest losers, just because, yes, you get Kyrie, but, it's not a matter of Kyrie and his ability to play basketball. It's a matter of how many games is Kyrie going to be able to play. In the Miami Heat, they just signed Jimmy Butler to a long extension. They got some older dudes on the team. It's like they have like this small window with this group of guys. Not saying they can't open up a new window eventually, but yeah, man, I don't know about that. I don't know if it's quite a win-win trade for everybody. The next trade we have is, it says the Warriors burn down the bridge. Oh boy, because that sounds like a good thing. That like that already, just the title alone sounds like a losing situation for at least the Warriors, burning down the bridge. So the Warriors get Bradley Beal, Chris Boucher, both guys that I think fit on the team. The Toronto Raptors get Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, or Cumbucket. Whoops. Corey Kispert, and a 2022 first-round pick from the Golden State Warriors, and it looks like some pick swaps and things like that. The Washington Wizards receive Pascal Siakam, James Wiseman, Moses Moody, and a 2025 first round pick, man. So I'm already going to pick this one apart from so many different standpoints. Golden State Warriors getting Bradley Beal. Yes, the man's a bucket. They'd have two of the top scorers in the NBA. The two top scorers in Steph Curry and Bradley Beal. But yet again, it's too much of a good thing because look at when they had D'Lo on the team. Like, you had D'Lo on the team and just fit-wise, we never really got to see him play with Klay Thompson and all that, but we just kind of knew it wasn't going to work. And yes, we are in positionless basketball, but I just don't think, like, you got Klay coming back. Like, it's not like you don't need to give up all that depth to get also Bradley Beal on the team. And then for the Toronto Raptors, I actually think they take some W's out of this. You know, Andrew Wiggins seems to be a changed type of player. The picks are nice. And Jonathan Kuminga, obviously, I think has potential to be just a really good NBA player. I don't know if he'll ever be an all-star or anything like that, but he can be like one of those, maybe like a Harrison Barnes type, where you just look at him, you're just like, man, that's a good basketball player right there. You know, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. And then for the Washington Wizards, I mean, they already have an issue having too many forwards, and you might even say big guys on the team. So Pascal Siakam, you're making that work with all the other forwards. And then James Wiseman obviously be like the building block dude, but I also like Daniel Gafford a lot. So I don't know, man. I just don't really think it's needed for any of these teams here. Next up, we do have... This says, the Kings and Sixers get down to business with an assist from the Spurs, man. So we got Greg Popovich with that ball movement. By the way, I did hear that Greg Popovich, they're planning for his retirement in the next season or two, which shouldn't surprise anybody. He's getting pretty old, and the Spurs are definitely in rebuild mode. If I was Greg Popovich, I'd be like, you know what, man? Like, I don't know if I could do this again, right? It's got to be tough from, like, going from, like, all that winning to, like, just, like, a complete rebuild. Either tough or maybe really fun. I don't know. I'm going to guess more tough, though. Okay, so this trade involves the Sixers, Kings, and the Spurs. So the 76ers receive Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, Derek White, and Thaddeus Young. Quite a haul right there already. The Kings get Ben Simmons, Danny Green, Lonnie Walker, Josh Primo, and a first-round lottery-protected pick from the Spurs. And then the Spurs get De'Aaron Fox, Seth Curry, and Shake Milton. Well, I actually do love De'Aaron Fox over on the Spurs. I just feel like that's the type of guy that they need to really embrace building around, because we all know the Spurs know how to build a team. The Kings in years past, like, the Kings are a fine team. It just kind of seems like they're going the Anthony Davis route, where it's like, okay, you got this really good player, and you just never quite put the right guys around him, and you don't want to do that before it's too late, right? So, yeah, man. But in this case here, I feel like the Kings are giving up so much. They're giving up so much. Yes, you get Ben Simmons back, but that's about all they're getting. I guess Josh Primo, we don't really know what he could be, but giving up Tyrese, Buddy Hield, and De'Aaron Fox for essentially Ben Simmons and a maybe good Josh Primo. And the fact that they had the audacity to put a lottery protection on the pick. It's like, come on now, man. Like, yeah, the Kings are getting absolutely screwed here. Then the 76ers get some really nice guards. I love Tyrese Halliburton and Buddy Hield. Like, Buddy Hield, especially, because Seth Curry was part of the Spurs trade. So, yeah, man, I don't know. It's, once again, I don't think it's a win-win-win for everybody. I think it's winning for the Sixers, potentially the Spurs, but the Kings are getting screwed. Plain and simple, man. Okay, next up, we do have the Suns have some cash with an Ayton trade. So we all know that DeAndre Ayton is looking to get that Luka type of money, man. And the Suns management is saying, hey, we don't really know if you quite deserve that. Like, you know, you're good. You were a big part of our team, but are you Luka good? Are you Trae Young good? And my argument with him has always kind of been like, Ayton, the role that he's given, he plays it perfectly. And that role isn't exactly to be Luka. It's just to, you know, be an efficient center, you know, block some shots, grab some rebounds, score around the basket. And he does that. So, yeah, for what that's worth. Apparently not a max contract, though, by the Suns management. Okay, so trade here is involving the Hornets, Pacers, and the Suns. The Hornets receive DeAndre Ayton, Malcolm Brogdon. I love Brogdon for so many reasons. I think he's very underrated. He would be perfect next to LaMelo. And then DeAndre Ayton gives him that future big guy, so that's great. The Pacers get Terry Rozier, PJ Washington, Jalen Smith, and a first-round pick from Charlotte, which very well could be a decent draft pick. You don't really know that, but Scary Terry's decent. And then PJ Washington, him with Miles Turner, gives you one of the best shot blocking front courts in the NBA. And then Jalen Smith, we don't really know who he's going to be yet. We've not really seen too much of him move with the Suns. And then it has the Phoenix Suns receiving Miles Turner, James Bouknight, and Wes Iwundu. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really see how Bouknight fits on the current Phoenix Suns with them already having Devin Booker. That doesn't really make too much sense to me. Miles Turner is good, but I think the potential of DeAndre Ayton is much better, and I think he's just a better center right now overall in general. So, yeah, kind of a losing situation for the Suns. Yes, you do save some money to get some other pieces out there, but at the cost of the depth of the rest of your team. So it's like, yeah, you might be able to sign somebody else, but you're weaker at these other positions, or you have these, too much of a good thing in a book night where you're not going to get the max potential out of him anyway, right? So yeah, man, I'm going to say that's not a great trade. Next up, we have Dallas gets its true second star, man. So I believe this is the final one right here. Yes, I believe it is. So this is a trade between the Chicago Bulls, the Dallas Mavericks, and the New Orleans Pelicans, man. And for this one, we have the Bulls receive Brandon Ingram, most improved player just 2 seasons ago. The Dallas Mavericks receive Zach LaVine, Garrett Temple. If I'm the Bulls, I already just want Zach LaVine over Brandon Ingram. He just fits better with the team. And we got the Pelicans getting Kristaps Porzingis, Jalen Brunson, Kobe White, 2024 first-round pick, and a 2027 first-round pick, each pick from Dallas and the Chicago Bulls. Okay, man, so, I mean, I guess if you want to go, like, shooting guard DeMar DeRozan again, that's completely fine, but if you guys don't know, DeMar DeRozan for the past few seasons, I would say he plays the majority small forward, but he also spent quite a bit of time with a power forward spot, so I just don't know if, especially in the positionless basketball league, if DeMar at the 2 spot is really optimal. I really don't think it is, man. So I feel like that's already addition by subtraction right there. And yeah, Ingram adds some additional height to the team, but even Ingram, while he does have length, I don't really hear anybody talking about how great defensively Brandon Ingram is. So not really helping all too much in that department. I'm sure it'll be serviceable, but that's about it. So, yeah, I mean, if I'm trading Zach LaVine for anything, which I'm not, because me personally, I have LaVine as a dark horse for MVP. If the Bulls are that good, they have a great storyline, being a top 3 seed or something like that, then yeah, that's going to be led by Zach LaVine every single time, right? Maybe Alex Caruso some nights. No, probably not, but he'll hustle out there nonetheless, man. So, yeah, don't really like the trade. And then the Pelicans, I mean, Kristaps next to Zion Williamson is actually pretty dangerous. Kobe White gives them a future go-to scoring type of point guard. That's about what Kobe White is. And Jalen Brunson is just like a smart type of guard anyway. That's just kind of like he knows his game, right, man? So, yeah, not a bad trade, but does not make a lot of sense for the Bulls. So, yes, I kind of nitpicked a lot of these trades, but that's, when you have a title, man, when you have a title, let me pull it up again real quick here, man. There's got to be a quicker way to scroll up. It's just not the scrolling button. A video titled, or an article titled, 3-team NBA trades where everybody wins. I expect everybody to win, man. And every single one of these, we found some sort of flaw. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. But, yes, hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of video. This was actually really fun, man. I love being able to do this because, I love doing rebuilds. I love doing 2K videos and all that, but this just allows me to just sit back and just talk some hoops, right? So, yeah, if you guys want more videos like this, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what I could do better too, by the way, man. Plus, I get to utilize my Detroit Piston wall. It's not a green screen. That's all 100% real ass wall, man. Real ass wall. Okay, so that's all we got. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.